everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Mashaya, and this is a topic that has been on my mind for a couple months actually, and I've just been very hesitant to bring it to my platform. Why, I don't know, but this is a topic along with other topics later down the line. I want to talk about, why God isolates us. I want to ask the question to you all, simultaneously asking him as I'm making this video. And to start, I'm going to answer my own question, kind of. I feel like God isolates certain people in order to get their undivided attention, because clearly wherever we're at, it's not serving us a purpose. It's no longer serving us a purpose. And where we're meant to be in our life, in order to grow, in order to elevate, in order to walk in our purpose and do what we're supposed to do, what we're called to do, he has to uplift us. He has to uproot us from what we're used to, what's normal to us, what's familiar, in order to change us and make us a completely different person for the better. So let me give you more context and backstory about myself. So I am originally from East St. Louis, Illinois. I was raised in St. Louis, Missouri. If you know, it's basically the same difference. They're right across the river from each other. So that area, St. Louis, East St. Louis, Belleville, that whole area, that's where my people at, primarily. And I grew up, you can say, poor, middle class. I know what it's like to, not to go without, talking about heat, hot water, electricity, all that. I know what it's like to go without, and I know what it's like to have it all. To get everything you want, to be spoiled rotten. I've had the best of both worlds growing up. I like to say, like, a mixture of Good Times and Fresh Prince, and I'm Hillary. So, like, for real though, like, that's how I grew up. So grew up, went to school, and after school I moved back in with my people. So I first moved in with my grandmother. I stayed with her a couple years, and then I moved in with my mother, stayed with her a couple years. And during this time, I would say it was really when I was with my mother, because I was with my mother right before I moved out here to Arizona. So during that time when I was with my mother, I would say that was the turning point for me. That was a turning point. That was the transition for me. It was also a very dark time for me. And that was because I did not know my purpose at all. I was just out here doing whatever, going with whatever. I was simply existing and not living, to just sum everything up and not go too much in detail, and it's not relevant to the topic that I'm talking about. I was just going to work, going to the gym when I could. I hated what I did. I worked at I worked at a warehouse, and after so long of working there, I was stressed, I was depressed, I suffered, from anxiety, major hair loss, the whole nine, just everything. And I even had suicidal thoughts. This was between March 2021 and November of 2021. So all that time, that's when all of that was happening. The stress, anxiety, depression, hair loss, suicidal thoughts. And I never voiced that to anybody. It's my first time saying that. So I never voiced that to family, friends, anybody. Because you know how that is in our community. We don't talk about that. We don't really face those topics head on. We just kind of brush it under the rug. So yeah. And at that point, I knew something had to change, something had to give, and I was praying. I've always been prayerful. And so for God to not be moving in my life that's what made me question my life, because it's like God see where I'm at. He sees that I hate what I'm doing. I hate my life. Why is he not turning things around? And you probably thinking, okay, well, why weren't you applying for other jobs then? I was doing that. And when I tell you I was applying for everything under the sun, everything that I knew I was qualified for, even the things I knew I was overqualified for, I was applying because I just wanted to get out of my situation. I wanted to get out of the warehouse. I obviously wanted to get out of my mother's house. Everything came back, every email. Sorry to tell you, sorry, thank you so much for your time. You know, I kept getting it at least 20 times. I am not exaggerating to y'all. I am not exaggerating. I'm not joking. At least 20 times I was told no. You can imagine my frustration. I'm going around, I'm driving around, I'm trying to find my own apartment. I'm trying to get out because I can feel, like I said, that darkness, that tension. Not only am I going through stuff, my family, I'm living with my mama, my little brother. We all going through our own storm. We all dealing with something. We're all under this dark cloud, and it's not helping that you know what I'm saying, it just looked like there's no hope for the future for any of us. So like I said, I'm going around looking for apartments and I'm not finding anything. Because it's been a couple years, I can't tell you. Oh yes, I remember now. So I was so hell-bent on going to Texas, y'all. I don't know why, but I was so bent on going to Texas. I've been there a few times, and every time I went there, it was a good time. Don't get me wrong, it was a great time, but it just didn't feel like home. You know when you fly out of town, you go somewhere, and you come back in that plane land, and you like, I'm home. Like, you know, even if you're not excited to be back home, you just know that feeling of when you back home. I didn't get that feeling. Anytime I went to Texas, I just never got that feeling. Again, had a good time, but I just didn't get that feeling. And I went to Houston and Houston and Dallas, by the way. So cool cities, but didn't feel like home. And I remember at the time, someone that I was cool with, they had mentioned Arizona to me. And to me, that was random. I'm like, why would I move to Arizona? Like, that's random. You know, like everybody and their mama, they want to go to Houston or Dallas or Atlanta or Chicago, or, you know what I'm saying? But like, I'm like, Arizona is so random. But I took my chances, and I said, okay. I listened to her and started looking, and I found something. I found a few options, and I was shocked. You know, of course, I thank God for her. You know, I thank God for that friend, because if she hadn't said that, that wouldn't have been a thought to cross my mind. But I found some legitimate options, told my mama about it, told my brother about it, jotted everything down. You know, I went on apartments.com, right? And I come out here, and before I got out here, I'm skipping a whole lot because I don't want this video to be too long. But what I will say, I prayed on it. I asked God for every sign, and I told him if he keep giving me signs, I'ma book that flight and I'ma come out here. And he did, and then I did. So I came out here, I stayed out here for 4 days. On the last day, I signed my lease. I signed the lease. That was in September. My move-in date was December. So December 19th, 2021, that's when I finally moved out of my mother's house, and I came out here to Arizona. And since then, life has been great for me. Life has been wonderful. Of course, I was only able to bring 2 suitcases, a book bag, and a purse. I had to get rid of so much stuff. I had to get rid of so much stuff. There were so many clothes I couldn't bring. I had like 7-8 bags of clothes that I had to leave behind. And so when I came out here, I only had a bed for like my first few months. But thank God I had my own roof over my head. And like I said, that's the backstory that I'm giving y'all to get y'all to understand me a little more, to get to know me a little more about me. And like I said, since then things have been on the up and up. You know, the only reason I'm grateful for that warehouse job is because that's what got me out here in the first place. They didn't want to transfer me for whatever reason, but I made it out here anyway because I signed my lease anyway. And so when I went back home from that visit, I told them, I said, it's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I am moving and I need a job, so I need y'all to transfer me. So they transferred me, and it's better now simply because I'm in better weather. I believe that also has a huge part of it. You know what I'm saying? I believe that's a huge reason why I'm in better spirits. All that depression and anxiety and suicidal thoughts are gone. But it's just crazy how that had to happen in order for me to grow. That had to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't have found somewhere in St. Louis. I couldn't have been, you know, just right around the corner from my mama, right down the street from my friends. It's a reason why God had to bring me 1,200 miles away from my family in order to finally walk in my purpose. Something that I forgot to mention, in 2020, God gave me the vision for my business that I have now. I have my own business that I named after my sister who was stillborn, which is Alex Emile. I sell multi-purpose travel bags for your footwear and also your dirty garments, to keep them separate from your clean, you know, items, your clean garments, everything like that. God just gave me that vision, and I did all the groundwork back at home, right? But it took me having my own space in order for me to actually, you know, hit the ground running and put pen to pad and actually find a vendor and to actually buy my inventory and to get my website up and to get my LLC and to get my EIN number. All, like, it took me moving out here to do that. It took me moving out here to join different organizations that make a huge difference in my community. It took me moving out here to lose 50 pounds. Like, as soon as I moved out here, like I said, December 19th, I got that gym membership in February of 2021, and from that point to, I'm sorry, February 2022 to February 2023, I lost 50 pounds and maintained that weight loss. It took me moving 1,200 miles away from my family to read more, to journal more, to date more, like dating people and dating myself, just going out more and just living life and enjoying life. It took me moving out here to pick up Spanish again because of where I'm at. You know, I'm around a lot of Latinos, Latinas. You know, Spanish is the main language out here where I'm at, and I just feel like it's ignorant of me. I know I don't have to, but I feel like it's just ignorant of me to not know, to not relearn, you know what I'm saying, so that I can communicate with everybody. And I just ask again, why is isolation necessary? Because I look at sorry, y'all, I did not think I was gonna cry. I swear I didn't. I swear I didn't. I look at, and I know comparison is a thief of joy, but I look at other people in my life, my family, my friends, like, it's just like, why did God have to pick me out of everybody? Why did I have to be, you know, the family member, the friend, the you know, co-worker, the colleague, the ex, you know, whatever, everything, the list goes on. Why did I have to be the chosen one to be uprooted from everything I know, everything that's familiar, in order to be this successful woman that I am today? I just recently got a new car, just got a new job. I'm getting paid significantly more money that I never thought I'd ever be able to see. I look crazy. But it's just like, why did it have to be taken away from everything in order to receive all of these blessings? I'm thankful because ain't no telling where I would be if I were still at home with my family and my friends. But I just want to know, like, why is isolation necessary in order to elevate, in order to grow? I know anybody watching this, you know a family member, you know a friend, they thriving right where they at. Right where they at, right in your hometown, in your city. Like, they doing big things, major things. But for whatever reason, God called you. Say, nah, I need you over here. Nah, I need you right over here. I need you way over here. In order to do what I got called for you. In order for you to get what I got called for, what I stamped for you, you gotta move. You gotta shake block. You gotta do something else. You gotta, nah. Cause what I have for you is something that you would have never seen for yourself. Crazy. And like I said, I really didn't think I was gonna cry talking about this topic, but that's just how I really feel. And yeah, I miss my family, I miss my my best friends, but I'm grateful for how far I've come, because how far God has brought. I'm grateful for how far God has brought me, because I didn't see myself here. I did not see myself here. I would have never seen myself here in Arizona, like I said, doing all these wonderful things, shaping me and molding me into a beautiful woman, a bossed up woman, a powerful woman, an educated woman. I did not see that for myself. And I think the weather plays a huge part in my change, which might sound weird or crazy, or it might even sound irrelevant, but it's like after 26 years, I'm 28 now, but after 26 years of snow and hail and just like crappy weather, just like bad weather, just like the same thing for 26 years, that plays a huge part as well. And it's like now, being in Arizona, beautiful sun, palm trees, mountains that I've never seen before, I'll be lying to you if I said like the stuff that used to get to me still gets to me. It doesn't. Like, it's certain stuff, I'm gonna say, like my credit cards right now. I know God is gonna do his thing, so I'm not even worried about it. If I was back home, I'll let that bring me down on top of my environment that I'm in, right? But like, all I gotta do is walk outside, the sun right there, like palm tree right. I have a palm tree literally outside my window, and I'm depressed about what? I'm sad about what? I'm suicidal about what? You know what I'm saying? mountains. I can just take a quick little drive around the corner. Beautiful mountains, cacti everywhere. Depressed for what? Sad for what? Yeah, that credit card bill due. I'll get to it when I get to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a lot of stuff in my life. It's like things are falling apart but coming together simultaneously. Like at the same time as stuff is falling apart, it's coming together to where I can't even be upset. I can't even be mad because I trust God, and I feel like to be in that state that I was in where I was about to off myself, like I was about to really contemplate that. For me to get that low, I can't go no lower than that. And because God brought me out of that, I know that if I ever get close to feeling like that again, I can remember that my breakthrough is close. That's the positive thing that I take from that moment. Because right when I was about to do something, that's when my breakthrough came. And that's when I came out here and I found out where home was. So there was recently a time, like I want to say 3-4 months ago, because I went through the same process over again, applying different jobs, trying to find something, asking God, talking to God again. And right when I felt myself going there, I caught myself. I said, nope, the devil is a lie. Because I remember when I felt like this, that breakthrough was right there. All I had to do was keep holding on. And it's just like, why does God have to isolate us in order to elevate us? Why do we have to be isolated in order to walk in our purpose? Our friend didn't have to do it. Our best friends didn't have to do it. Our family members didn't have to do it. Our colleagues, they didn't have to do it. But for some reason, God made you the one to have to do it. You got to step out of your comfort zone. You got to step away. You got to move away. You got to do something else. You got to do something different. And so I don't know what else to say. I don't think I have anything else to say, because I don't want to keep talking in circles, but it's just amazing. I'm thankful, I'm grateful, and I know that God only has even bigger things for me, even better things for me to do, to accomplish. More doors, open, more opportunities on the way, and I can't do nothing but just thank him. Thank him. Pray, continue to manifest, continue to work hard, and everything that I ask for is gonna be mine. But in order to start receiving that, God had to isolate me. So I want to end the video with this. If you feel that God is isolating you, if you feel it, or if you know for a fact, it's like clear as day that God is isolating you, just know elevation is gonna come with that. Just know growth is gonna come with that. You might be scared out your mind, but don't fight it. Don't deny it. Be ready to receive more than what you asked for, more than what you expected, more than what you thought you could receive. Be ready for it. That's why God is isolating you, because he's trying to bring something to you. He's trying to bless you with something. And just be ready. That's all I can say. Just be ready. Just take heed to it. Whatever he tells you to do it. And like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what y'all think. If y'all have experienced the same thing, if God had to move you away from your family and your friends in any way, you know, in the same way he did for me, all the way, if he had to move you across the country also, share that experience with me. I want to know that I'm not alone. Like, I want to see comments to know that it's not just me. And yeah, like I said, this is one of the many topics that have been on my mind the past couple of months, and I'm finally ready to open up about it and speak on it and share it and get y'all's opinion. So again, my name is Mashia, and I will see y'all in my next video.